In the landscape of media and entertainment, one thing we've seen artists be encouraged to do or do on their own is create a gimmick. Now, sometimes they're encouraged to create a gimmick or this character for connectivity to their audience or purely from a marketing point of view, but it has nothing to do with who they are as an individual. So I want to encourage you, on your road to riches, on your quest for success, don't lose yourself trying to win, my nigga. See, this doesn't just relate to artists. This relates to all of us as individuals. How many of us are wearing masks in a relationship right now?
That's what I wanted to say. The bitch ass character that I be playing, I don't want to play that shit no more. I've been this character since I was like 20-something years old, and I guess it just grew on me that while I'm on streaming university and I'm doing the character, I sit back, right? And in my dream, or I was awake, but still here, but I was so used to being that character that I didn't notice I was in character. But the real Chiclet is fire. The real Chiclet is, oh. Chat, today is the death of the old Chiclet. And if you guys feel like you've been stuck, you've been missing something, today we killing our old selves. Than what we think we are. We was trained. I feel like we was trained to feel less than. They instilled fear in us, so we can't be the best versions of ourselves.
How many of us are putting on a mask every day when we go into work? And black people know exactly what I'm talking about, because we got to do things called code switching. We got to turn down our blackness to make white people a little bit more comfortable in the workplace or to seem more professional. But this will create fatigue within a person. And oftentimes we have to put on that mask for so long that we forget the individual that lives underneath it. In an era where content creators and streamers are starting to become the new faces of media, we see people cycling through these niches until they find something that sticks with their audience. And sometimes the thing that sticks is the thing that has nothing to do with who they are as an individual. But it sticks. And now you got to wear that mask every day for success. You got to put on that character every day to have success. Because the ultimate goal of anybody in social media age and marketing agencies across the world is time and attention. But oftentimes people are sacrificing who they are on a soul level, on a spiritual level, for your time and for your attention. And I implore you not to lose yourself trying to win, my nigga.
We just gotta be.
People are chasing a twisted, perverse version of what success is. They think that if they have certain things, that means that they're successful. You know what I mean? The whole time, success is really defined by what you feel is the most important outcome. So people end up feeling like if they have certain cars, houses, businesses, XYZ, that they're doing good and that they're successful. But they end up just living lives meant for somebody else, or not even truly living themselves. It's crazy how that ends up happening. You could be trying to follow a formula for success, but you're in the entertainment industry. You're in the, you're doing YouTube, you're doing music, but you're trying to follow somebody else's formula for something that made them successful. And at the end of the day, you end up just being the shell of who you really are. This is art, right? Like whether we do content creation or we do music or vlogs or whatever cases, we're showcasing some type of talent to the world. We have a talent to either speak or to make music, to bring you some type of entertainment, something to bring you, value to your life. But if I'm taking what the next man does and I'm doing it for myself, then that's not really me being authentic. And then in the end, you end up losing yourself. You end up losing who you really are. You know what I mean? So they both make very good points. And I showed both videos to show the comparison to, to what was exactly going on. People who, I forgot the guy's name, but the guy who runs the Grits and Eggs podcast, you know what I'm saying? They know him for being authentic and for just saying real shit. Some people might agree with it, some people might not. I don't agree with everything he says. You know what I mean? But I still like it. I still respect it. And you know what I mean? Show love. And then you have somebody who is into content creation like Chicklet and his wife. And you see what they've done over the years and how they've acted towards each other on camera for years. Like he said in the video, he's been doing this since his 20s. And now they're reaching the early part of his 30s. And now he's coming into this realization like, yo, I've really been playing myself for mad long. This is really not who I am. The real Chicklet is a beast. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that he came to the realization. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot more men need to start having this, men and women, because it's not just a man thing. There's a lot of women out here faking, acting like they're somebody they not. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us are faking who we really are for likes and views and comments and popularity, and they're just hoping it's going to turn into like endorsement deals, and they think they're going to be Kais and that, or, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Beast or some shit. And even them dudes are just, I feel like them dudes are just being authentically, genuinely themselves. And they just found their market to who fucks with them genuinely. And that's what they do. You know what I mean? A lot of people's content isn't working because it's forced, and the world can tell it's bullshit. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was deep. When I saw the videos, it was ironic how I saw those two videos back to back. Actually, I was scrolling through TikTok and I seen the Grits and Eggs podcast first, and then I seen literally the very next clip was the clip of Chicklet, and I was like, oh shit! Like I feel like even that was like God trying to tell me something. You know what I mean? Like I've been doing music for years. And I feel like when I first started doing music, showing my age, when I first started doing music in the early 2000s, you had to be tough. You had to be a gangster, or you was like a weirdo. Kanye made it cool for weirdos, quote unquote weirdos. And ain't nothing wrong with being weird, unless you're like, you know, like a pedo or some weird shit. That's next level. But yeah. Like, you are who you are. You know what I'm saying? But if you was just regular, they made it seem like it was like you was a cornball. Nobody's gonna care about your music. You was washed. All this other BS. So you had to be tough. You had to be a part of the gang. You had to get shot 9, 10 times. There was even a Sopranos, I think it's Sopranos or The Wire episode about that, where I think somebody got shot in the ass or some shit. I forgot what it was, but I remember, like, you had to be tough. And then with people who ended up destroying their life, just trying to be tough, just to get into music, because that's what they wanted to do. You know what I mean? Because they had a passion for making music. Well, I feel like nowadays, especially, it's really important people understand that you can really just be yourself, make the music you want to make, and the people that are for you, people that like what you do, they're going to gravitate to you. They're the ones who's going to be gravitating to you, and that's going to be your fan base, man. So, but yeah, man, y'all keep being great. I spent some time away from YouTube to get my life together. You know, I spoke about it a couple of videos ago, how my stepfather had passed away, and that shit hit me really hard in the stomach. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. It really fucked my life up. It really fucked my life up. So I had to get myself together. So I feel like I'm starting to now get back on my feet, starting to now get my shit together. So I plan on, you know, being more consistent with these videos, being more consistent with music. You know what I'm saying? Just being more out there, you feel me? I'm doing my thing. But yeah, if y'all like this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Like, don't not like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. You know, show me love, man. For real. I'm starting out, and I feel like there's a lot of great things for myself in the future, moving forward. You know what I mean? these transitional glasses is working. Okay. I just got to say again how I feel like it's so important that all the people who create content and music just focus on building an audience as opposed to piggybacking off of somebody else's audience by being somebody who they not really are. You know what I mean? Like, you start following somebody else's pattern or somebody else's formula and you piggybacking off of their shit, when you fall off and you can't keep up with what they was doing and your audience starts to realize you was bullshitting this whole time, your fan base goes right down the toilet. Get reduced to nothing. All because you wasn't authentic. Who was really for you is gonna fuck with you. You know what I mean? Just keep it real. Just keep it down. I had to go get some things from Aldi's real quick. I had to go run to Aldi's real quick, snatch something up. But I feel like everybody who is a creator has something valuable and authentic that they can share with the world that could benefit the world around them. And it's up to you to bring that out of yourself into the world so that they can see it. You know what I mean? So think about what I'm saying. Take some time to really think about what you can do to be authentically yourself and be creative. You know what I mean? But yeah, be safe, be great, holla.